Fuck, they found me. I knew it. It's all a matter of time. This whole operation's gonna go under.
Hey, Frank. Hey.
Wait, Gundam? Is that you?
Open up the door, you dick.
What the fuck did I tell you about coming here? You didn't even call ahead of time, you dumb fuck. What do you want? The usual? Heroin? Coke?
No, I want the good shit.
Is that helicopters I'm hearing outside?
Yeah.
Look, I get it. It's not been a good year for PlayStation. Things didn't go the way you wanted, and a lot of you PlayStation fanboys are bleeding from the vagina. I mean, as a grown man, I don't think I could ever be in tears over video games, but I would much prefer it if you guys stayed crying instead of pulling off half the bullshit you did this year. But instead, I gotta wake up every single day, and you guys do
something stupider than you did the day before.
I mean, it is quite amusing, I'm not going to lie, but at some point, I'm going to start feeling the tumors forming in my liver. And you know what? Chemo ain't cheap, bitches. But you know what is? Salt. So why don't you go ahead and go to the Patreon? Prolong my life just a little so you can get some more salt, I guess. PS5 fans dox YouTuber who said new console model is worse than original. Every single time I think the media isn't justified in calling gamers crazy, shit like this has to happen.
I'll go about why I fucking hate video games. Because this is what it does. It appeals to like the male fantasy.
So thanks, PlayStation fanboys. Thank you for continuing to make people around us think that gamers are insane. Just fucking leave it to PlayStation fanboys to convince people more and more that video games cause violence. Thank you. You're doing the gaming community a big fucking favor by not being able to control yourself. This is how you know video games aren't the problem, because most people who play video games are normal. They don't do shit like this. Really makes you wonder exactly how PlayStation fanboys are wired inside the head. So anyways, what did Austin Evans do exactly to piss off the PlayStation fanboys to the point that they dox him? Well, apparently it all started with this one video right here, where Austin was doing an analysis of the new PlayStation 5 model, which was lighter, and curious to know why he did what most people would do, open it up inside and see what Sony changed. And what he found was that the PlayStation 5 has a smaller heatsink than the original model, and as a result of this, the newer model runs a bit warmer, not drastically any warmer, but enough in the long run to maybe cause some problems. I mean, it is a Sony console. Overheating issues aren't something new. Look at someone whose PS4 and PS3 died. I'm pretty convinced by the analysis. I mean, after all, the opinion is reinforced by, this motherfucker right here. Well, I mean, not entirely convinced. After all, this is exhaust heat that they're measuring. Of course, that doesn't change the fact that the internal components are practically the same. So whether that heat exhausting is from the console running warmer or more heat being pushed out efficiently should be properly analyzed. All we really got was more speculation than confirmation. But just leave it to PlayStation fanboys to take the entire video as PlayStation sucks, Xbox is better, PlayStation bad, don't get PlayStation, get Xbox.
Yeah, well, you're a fucking faggot.
Whatever room for interpretation Austin left in his video was taken up by the overflow of salt pouring from the pony's tears. How dare this pasty soy boy tell us that the new PS5 could possibly be running hotter? He's basically saying the PS5 caught fire. Fuck him. He's misinforming people. He's a piece of shit. Let's go reveal all of his personal info to the public. I just don't understand how anyone could have this mindset. Because it's multiplying. It ain't going away. If you notice, PlayStation fanboys, they're not diminishing. They're multiplying. They're a goddamn pest. You get one in your house, and before you know it, you're overrun with 50,000 of them. Because now it's gone to the point that tech reviewers, game developers, publishers, console manufacturers, they can't ignore it. And they will not stop. They will tweet for an entire week Which makes you wonder exactly where are they finding the time to do this and not play their video games. As far as to what exactly got leaked about Austin, I have no idea. And even if I did, I wouldn't tell you because I wouldn't want to continue spreading that. What's important here is that somebody did it, and over one of the most childish things you could ever think of. You know, we got all these pedos and corrupt politicians running around, but no, it's the nerd tech guy that we gotta dox. But even before the doxing, there was a number of people out there who were misrepresenting Austin's video and putting words in his mouth. People who claim not to be fanboys, people who claim not to take this serious. But if you motherfuckers think Daddy Frit didn't keep receipts on you, there's a reason I didn't pump out this video the minute it came out. You gotta give time for things to settle down. You gotta allow the tweets to age well. You don't want to collect them right away, because when new info comes out, shit gets a lot more interesting, and the salt gets a lot more potent. Because following that controversy, Austin made a follow-up video, which triggered PlayStation fanboys even more than the original video.
Some dude admitted that he's biased towards Xbox because they sent him free shit, just like many others, such as Paris said before. That's all I have to know. How many times have we heard this shit now? These influencers once again shows their lack of integrity.
Yes, the PS5 is worth it.
I don't understand this logic. Obviously, the guy's loaded with money. I couldn't imagine him taking it personal that Sony doesn't provide him with review units. Someone who's got millions in the bank isn't going to throw a hissy fit over not getting a free $500 PlayStation 5. Hell, they probably laugh their asses off when they pay scalpers. And likewise, do you think getting free consoles gets him a hard-on for Microsoft? The guy could buy both of these units and all the equipment he needs without even leaving a dent in his bank account. And do you even know what he does with the free shit that's given to him? He literally tries his hardest to break it, no matter what it is, including the Xbox Series X that was given to him by Microsoft. And you know what else? He used a very similar method to read the thermals on the Xbox like he did with the PS5. Did you see people bitching, whining, or trying to dox him for doing that with the Xbox? No, you didn't see it. You only see it from one specific group. Why the fuck is that? And also, why cut him out right after he says,
Now, you can say that, Microsoft giving me a review unit makes me biased, and that's fair criticism if you think that's the way it works.
I'm interested to know where the flow of that sentence was gonna go. After all, why let a bad edit like that get in the way of a good narrative?
Imagine cutting out the other half of this statement to paint a narrative about someone. This is literally after your video ends.
I can always rely on good old Alex to be there to leave me some content to steal from him. Thanks, Dad. I love you. Typical of a PlayStation fanboy to never allow someone to finish their sentence, because if they did, it would destroy their entire point. I mean, this tweet was so disingenuous, even his own comrades had to call him out on it. I bet 90% of the people who watched that video didn't even know what a heatsink was until they finished it, or however far into the video their brain allowed them to go. And clearly, this is one of those individuals. Attention span is just too short to listen for another 14 seconds. Why even bother to finish what someone says when you can cut the clip at the moment you decided you hated them? This is a tech reviewer. This ain't fucking Donald Trump. No! The new PlayStation 5 consoles aren't going to catch fire. Let's look at this drama with facts and logic.
Why don't you just say that you're on the left? Is this so hard for you? Why can't you just be honest?
Since when did Austin ever say the PS5 was gonna catch fire? What the? I mean, obviously, we gotta cross out Austin Evans. He's the bad guy here. He said the PS5 would catch on fire, apparently. You know, don't worry though. Even if it did catch on fire, all that spit that comes out of your mouth when you talk, pretty sure it would put it out. Yikes! Austin Evans was not happy with my video, lol. Want to make it clear, I was not attacking him. His PS5 teardown was just a bit wrong. No hate towards him. Heart.
What are you, fucking gay?
oh yeah, you know, no hate towards him, let me just fucking put words in his mouth, and then label the video Angry Rant. Oh, believe me, that Dreamcast guy video is bad, and we're going to dissect it, but at another time. It depends on how high and drunk I'm gonna get tonight. We'll see. I mean, Dreamcast guy is the last person on Earth who should be telling anybody they're wrong about hardware. I mean, the guy seriously thought the PS5 was going to launch with an NVIDIA GPU in it.
But the main console he was talking to me about actually had NVIDIA tech in it. Now, this is all being based on hardcore stuff that's already on store shelves.
Because a quote-unquote insider told him, oh yeah, people are gonna reach out to Dreamcast guy.
Before Austin Evans did his response video, this video was at like 75 likes. Since then, it shot up almost 700. People are even saying they're dislike bombing it. Left my ass off. That's how you know the salt mines are in overdrive. How dare you call out my beloved Austin? Hashtag stay salty.
Oh, my God. There's nothing more delicious than salt coming from someone who calls himself the Salt King. Nah, bitch, you're talking to Daddy Frit. I'm the king of salt. You step onto my territory, you're gonna get soaked in a vat of acid. You got dislike bombed and now you're crying about it. Now I can't help but view Austin Evans as an absolute Chad. Could you imagine having the ability to just show someone's thumbnail and get them dislike bombed, not even having to link the specific video or name it? What I would give to have that type of clout, if only.
Bruh, they shouldn't have got me started into looking into this Austin Evans guy. Look as he exposes himself. Shake my head. Proof he is paid by Microsoft to slander PlayStation.
Oh, look everybody, it's King Thrash.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Just one listen of his channel and you can already tell exactly how intelligent he is.
It's not as efficient because it's more hotter.
Me fail English? That's impossible.
Well, let me guess, you're more smarter than them? Fucking Christ. These are the people who are trying to come out and tell Austin he's wrong. The type that didn't even know what a fucking SSD was until it was in the PS5. The type to not know what a heatsink was until this controversy. The type that didn't even give a shit about 60 FPS until Sony said that they would be providing it. Console fanboys are in no position to call any tech reviewer wrong. I mean, if we want to make a compilation clip of people saying things to make them look like they're biased, that's easy as fuck. But when it comes to sitting down and talking about this tech with Austin, you're going to look like an utter retard. So I keep wondering to myself, exactly how are console fanboys getting this idea that Austin was wrong? It's not like they're intelligent enough to figure that out on their own. And then my attention was turned to Digital Foundry, who are the ones that apparently wrote an article pointing out the flaw in Austin's method. They don't blatantly say he's wrong, nor do they call him a paid shill, but that little bit of info that points out that Austin's method is flawed and could potentially be wrong, that was enough to set the ponies off on him and claim that he lied to everyone's faces and was paid by Microsoft to do it. Which is funny considering the fact that ponies turned their backs on Digital Foundry, what, a few months ago? They were calling Digital Foundry paid shills by Microsoft, and now they want to use Digital Foundry to debunk Austin? Who's a paid shill exactly? Because I'm starting to lose track of them. Before I know it, they're gonna call me a paid Microsoft shill, and we already know how much Microsoft hates my ass considering I refuse to buy Windows. I mean, for fuck's sake, I'm just a single guy with a talking dog on a popsicle stick trying to get by selling salt. I'm the last guy on earth Microsoft would hand $1 million over to. I have zero interest in ever forming or establishing a Colt Eastwood and Microsoft relationship. I like to speak my mind, so when people hand me money, it makes it harder to do that. As Austin Evans himself pointed out, what a bizarre fucking world we're living in. Instead of demanding answers from Sony, the ponies decide it's best to dox people, shut them up, and get them to know their place. Know what happens if they talk bad about Sony or PlayStation. See, I don't send death threats unless I ever see somebody lay their hand on my dogs, my family, or insult Yakuza. But sending out death threats because somebody said the PlayStation 5 runs a bit hotter? You know, sometimes I wish I could just pick up a different hobby. but video games are just the easiest one you can get. Well, they were until Sony decided to make it twice as expensive to be a gamer. But it's things like this that make me not want to tell people I play video games in real life. You don't see articles written about how good gamers are doing, you always see articles written about how bad gamers are. And so for that very reason, we should probably do our best to behave well. Yeah? I mean, that's not too much to ask for, ponies, is it? It's not too much to ask for you to simply put on a tampon, sit your ass down, and calm the fuck down. I mean, these are things I learned as a toddler. I don't want to have to teach them to you guys because I might accidentally hit you. I wouldn't be able to hold back at the sheer stupidity. But you know what? This video fucking sucks. I've already said everything that needs to be said. PlayStation fanboys are unhinged, they're lunatics, they're fucking crazy, and you know what? Every video I upload just keeps proving it, doesn't it? I am so ready to roast Dreamcast guy, so I'm gonna go work on that and get that salt ready for you. But until then, like, comment, share, subscribe if you so choose to. There's plenty of salt in store if you do, and consider donating to the Patreon. Actually, no, don't consider it. Go and fucking do it, and I'll see you bitches in the next video.
Free Congo sucks ass.